Stream's live. We're here. And now I'm gonna be like, hey, Raging, take this. Also, I'm moving so that annoying people don't join us. So there.
I don't know how you're able to move me like that. It's wild.
I click and drag you.
Uh,
So who's
never knew.
streaming the game?
Uh, that's a good question.
It's a great
It should
question.
pop up.
Well, I don't see it yet, but I'm really excited. Poor Goodfellas. I'm really excited. I also think it's really funny. So they casted my game, but I didn't even know my game was being casted. I was gonna gift them a
Bro, I
sub,
casted it.
so they didn't have to watch on your computer.
Yeah, it was just me.
Wow, you should have gifted me
No,
a.
no,
You
no.
should have.
Doc did it. Doc did it, and
Oh, I
Doc
clicked on
left.
my
And it
own
was just
stream.
me.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, Doc had to go pick up his family.
Well, I mean that's
All right,
crazy. I'm sorry that
we
happened
just
to you.
need Stinky's
Yeah,
stream.
I'm just waiting.
I
Somebody's
think that
texting
is
me and I
Stinky's
can't look at it.
stream. I think Stinky's stream is the MKL stream, unless you have the code.
No, that's me. I just clicked
Okay.
on it. I was looking at myself.
Well, we just need his stream. That's funny because they haven't said anything in chat.
Yeah, like I don't know why he's like, all right, we're playing. Oh,
That's
let's do it.
crazy.
Yeah, he did say that. It's been 4 minutes
I
though.
don't.
I don't see his stream.
I don't see anything.
Yeah, maybe the cast will just be us like wondering where the stream is.
What's
And
happening in life?
yeah, what's
He's
going
putting
on?
it in Gen chat.
Oh thank God. I just typed in stinky in YouTube search.
Stinky's like typing out his YouTube letter by letter, character by character.
Oh man, I can't wait. This is gonna be amazing. No, he's saying, let me know in the search.
Stream, fool.
Yeah, you're dumb. I don't know. He's literally in here. Like, I don't know how he doesn't.
It is silly. Like at this point, Madden should have the function where if anybody's playing, you can just watch the game like real life.
Should be up where? Oh, here it is. Oh, thank God.
It finally popped up.
You should be able to go into VR and go to the football game.
100%, and just sit sideline. You should. That's how you should have to watch. You shouldn't be able to watch everybody.
It'd be
call their
really
plays,
cool. It'd be really cool
do
to have
their
a
comments.
broadcast view of the game, even
Yeah,
if it was like delayed.
it would be better. I think that would be more realistic because nobody wants to be watched. All the adjustments they're making, all the shit they're doing. Like, I mean, some people don't care, but at the same time, I think it does give people a leg up to know. Even if somebody sees my setting, like my coach settings, if they're like, "Oh, he's on this," that it might change the intel. All right, so he's checking all the superstar stuff. It's
Yeah, making sure that nobody's oh, man. So I'm ready to see a great game. How do you think Stinky is going to respond to Extra Double or Nothing being a factor in this game?
I mean, I think he has to respect it, but Stinky has been known to sit in the pocket and say, I have no time, because he's thinking he wants to throw medium deep, and if he's not gonna put,
hell yeah,
they need to like close out.
Hell yeah,
they need to close out. Doc and I did that 3 times.
Yeah, I thought you guys were gonna be bugged forever.
It was close. It's funny to see Chewbacca raging and you standing there.
What do you mean?
5'9". Well, you're still on my screen. 5'9" and 7'3".
Oh yeah.
It looked like a real unlikely friend. It honestly looks like Han Solo and Chewbacca. Real talk.
Wow, I get to be Han Solo, and you get to be.
You're definitely not.
Back to the game though. I really do think Edge for Double or Nothing is probably going to be a factor, and even if it only makes one stop, stops
all
one drive.
Do is make one play.
Yeah, that's it. And that's why like defensive line picks and missed throws such a big deal, because one stop is all you need in a game that's offensively dominated.
We've seen some big fumbles in the playoffs too, so that'll be something to watch. See if we get one in this game.
Yeah, and I couldn't. Oh, sweet. I couldn't tell you if
Yeah,
that
they
was
need to
on
reload.
conservative or not, but I do think it's very funny that the fumble is what propelled him to victory against the Seahawks against the Falcons, and then
That was a big moment.
that's also what cost him. Holy frick! I think Stinky should spend his 150 staff points. I don't
On,
know. I don't know what
I
you're
think
saving
you're
him
right.
for. This is a trip to the Super Bowl. Maybe he's saving them for his next coordinator that's coming in after he ships him off to coach collegiate football. But
That's
um,
crazy, bro.
do you think that's the strat?
No, that's really dumb. Especially because if you have a coordinator, uh, like if you lose them, it does give you some refund, and I think it's very much worthwhile to spend your points when you're in a Super Bowl possible. That's what's on
Well,
the line, you
I
know.
mean, I've heard rumors that maybe Coach Stinky has been. He's heard rumors that these coordinators are looking to take other jobs, and he's kind of been a bit closed off, in terms of being open with them lately. So we'll see if that impacts the game here. You know, um, but for the third time here, we're going to choose our playbooks. And sometimes you got to wonder, you know, we saw a hurricane delay a game earlier in this MKL playoffs and cause it to start much later. But the game did get played. And you got to wonder, how many more times is this going to happen? The answer, one, because it's the Super Bowl next week. So it can only
That's true.
happen. Yes. But you still got to wonder, will it be zero? Will it be one? We don't know.
I
We're going to
know.
look
I
at the
wonder.
abilities again, just to make sure.
No changes.
Yeah,
No shady stuff.
we're just going to make sure that none of these abilities changed. Um, I don't really know what we're looking for. I mean, maybe comparing Devontae and Brock Bowers to see if there's some no-no stuff in there. I have no idea. Oh, we're
I mean,
actually
he's
gonna
not even
back
in yet.
out. Yeah,
I'm gonna
probably
be
to
right back.
search. Okay, well, be right back. He will be as I
It
sit
won't
by
take long.
myself. And he says it won't take long, but I'm still gonna be pretty lonely to start this game here. His opponent has found the lobby, and they will now pick their playbooks for the third time. Truly magical. Playbooks have been chosen, and they're ready. And will we desync for a third time in a row? That is the question, ladies and gentlemen. We've seen two so far. Can we get three? The game is loading. Here at SoFi Stadium, how exciting. Chargers utilizing their home field advantage. Looks like we might have a shot. And we're in. We did it, guys. No matter what happens, the true victor is these two for being able to get into the game. So kicking off is the Raiders, receiving huge disadvantage. A little bit less so in these longer games, but generally still a pretty big disadvantage. Stinky going to start with the football. We will see what he can do on offense. So in Atlanta, the big boon of this playbook, bunch and bunch offset, both available to you. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in a non-custom. So pretty exciting if they have a playbook like that now. Makes it very desirable to run for the bunch gurus. Back to throw here. Stinky looking, chucking it. Kind of a bad ball, and that's going to be intercepted by Isaiah Polamau. Wow, that's a
Wow.
terrible way to start. And we
Yeah,
saw
that's
earlier in the playoffs, Stinky threw a pick very early on. He's the kind of guy that takes a bit to warm up.
definitely not the throw you want to throw early. And the Raiders have to be pretty excited. I mean, both these teams are on the doorstep of the Super Bowl, and getting the first turnover is probably puts a high percentage on your win probability.
Especially after kicking to open. Jonathan Taylor gets the carry up the middle, 4-yard gain. Like, you have nothing to say
Well,
about that?
we're going to
Okay.
see a lot of Jonathan Taylor today, and it's going to make a lot of sense because that's the sort of guy you want to run the ball. He's ready. He's ready to take on a high load, and he can break away if he gets through the first, defense.
Yeah, and the former Badger, can't really
Whew.
say he's been in these spots before. He played, for the Colts before this, and obviously the Badgers, not really a premier team. Stuffed on that second down run, brings up a 3rd down and 7.
I'm looking at Bowers here, but Adams is on the field, so we'll see. Ooh, good
Ooh,
pass rush.
takes a
Bosa
lick,
comes alive.
and
Yeah,
Jordan
so yeah,
Travis, he's unable to
no
lead his
markable
team to a
foul.
score. But he's been a shocker in this playoffs. I don't think many would have had the Raiders making a run quite like this with him at quarterback, but he's got the
Where did
job
he
done.
start? What a punt, maybe.
I have no idea where he begins his career, but all that matters is how you finish. And right now, he's looking to make that happen here with the
Man,
Raiders.
he narrowly missed a punt to the 1, but Stinky's out at the 20, and looks like he's going to have to contend with some pass rush himself.
Going to
Never
the
mind.
crosser, that's Darius Davis. Wow. And that's a guy who has been a big impact on Stinky's team. He's not like slow, but he's not like super quick either. Certainly faster than a lot of guys, and that's why you see him get utilized. He's been a
Yeah.
big player for Stink. Back to throw,
We're gonna,
going again. Wow, Lad McConkey is one man to beat. He's going to do it. Touchdown, Chargers.
I mean, he exploited the man defense there. He thought it was coming, and he knew exactly what his read was once he realized it was man defense. McClunky wide open down. I'll say this: the Chargers. This is what they needed to do: get the stop, get the ball, get the score. But we're going to see a lot of the Chargers running back himself. But it's going to be in the passing game. They love their running back.
Yeah, in a game earlier, we saw the Chargers continually pepper the running back against Ducky in an overtime victory, actually. So we'll see if that happens again. But yeah, if I'm a betting man, I'm gonna say so.
Man, this game is just yo-yoed. I don't know what's happening, but I do know the Chargers have found themselves up 7, and now the Raiders need to do something better than the 3-and-out.
Well, they're gonna start off with a run up the middle, which is what they did last drive. Gonna gain about
I,
4.
this is what I always say. People stop running when you're only getting 3, you're only getting 4, and they stop running too early because oftentimes it's that 7th, 8th run where you burst a big one, and then your day looks incredible. They're like, "Wow, how'd you run for 20 yards a carry?" It's like, well, one carry was 100 yards, so it's like, that's how that happened.
I would agree with you. That is generally how it happens. So we're in a pretty heavy set here. Stinky opting to go to the dollar. He is going to throw. Pressure's there. It's a
Ugh.
screen pass. Jonathan Taylor unable to get out. Going to
Oops.
bring up a third
He,
and 1.
that defender sliced right through 2 blockers to stop what could have been a much bigger gain.
It's just a great play from the defender. What can I say?
34.
Gotta say, I'm not too impressed with the Raiders' play calling here.
Not yet.
Screens, not a thing that good Madden
Well,
players run, if you ask me. But what
this
did
this is
work
the
out
biggest
there?
game in young King Nelson's MKL career right now.
That's true.
And so he's maybe feeling a little bit of jitters. He did say he could possibly become drunk today. Hopefully he's not drunk yet. But
Well,
it's a great excuse. A lot of people have done that excuse in CSM over the years.
that's
It is a
true.
great excuse. Hey man, I was drunk, so you can
Yeah.
brush it off, I guess.
So your win invalidated. I was drinking. Um, Here we go. A little run here with Jonathan Taylor. Gains nothing. You get
Yeah, that's
0 yards, and
not fair.
you're not going to go.
That's right.
Second down and 10 here. Little play action underneath. That's
Ooh,
Jonathan Taylor.
a little
Gonna
more
get,
patient. The tight end was open for a first down.
well, opts to go underneath to JT. Gains about 4. Gonna bring up a big third down. And to go for it, I think he would need at least a yard. So hopefully that's the thing he has in mind. He, former MKL member, left, came back. Don't know if he's aware of that, but that's probably what you're looking for.
Right. You need at least a yard.
Yep. So let's see what he can do. Out of the empty here, Jordan Travis, a little motion action. Looking at the zig, he's got Bowers,
Got
and
it.
that is going to be the first down. So he gets a
That's
yard
his
and then
favorite
some.
target, and for good reason. He's incredible in real life this year. Brock Bowers is arguably the best tight end in the league right now as a rookie, as far as what he's doing in the NFL. So he's keyed in on that, and in Madden, he is a great one to have.
Yeah, we'll see. I think he's able to key in on that. Like we have. We obviously know he's going to be a big impact player. A little read option here. Jordan Travis running. Wow, he doesn't slide. He's
Ooh,
going
Nick
to try and go all the
Benedict.
way to the end zone.
He
Wow, and he's
does
going to
take
get
a
shoved out
small,
of bounds.
Wow, what a play. 32 yards. Reads that correctly. We're probably going to see Stinky make a quick coach adjustment, but maybe not.
And what I will say is his, lack of urgency to slide there does worry me a bit, because if you get hit, you probably deserve to fumble that football. You
I've
can go
seen
in
a lot of
conservative.
quarterbacks get sacked and take hits, and they haven't been fumbling, so a quarterback is due. So he needs to avoid getting hit.
Yeah, it's still not a thing I recommend on conservative. Get away with it a little more, makes it a lot less scary. But ooh, wow, Jonathan Taylor breaking
That's
tackles,
why you
fighting.
that's why you go out and get a guy like that. Sometimes there's nothing there, and you called a play where that could happen. So
That is
look at go.
unbelievable. I mean, there's so many guys there that I can't that tried to tackle him that I don't even think I could count that high. That was crazy. Um,
You know
well,
what?
I'll tell you what. This looks like Devontae Adams all the way. Okay, there we go. That's a lot better.
I
Um,
think Taylor's about to get blown up, maybe, but no, the defense was not there on the left. I
touchdown
was gonna,
Raiders.
beautiful run up the middle, and he ties it up just what he had to do. And now Stinky has already thrown a pick, needs to go down and get points, or could turn bad for him.
This is true. We'll see how he responds. Generally, receiving the ball, if you have to be up seven, not optional, this is the way it works. If he's not up seven at half, Raiders win the game. So, right now, not too much to be worried about, but you probably do need to drive, get a touchdown, and then hopefully get a stop. But still a long way to go for the Chargers.
I think that the Chargers in this situation, like we've already highlighted, they're probably going to be looking to their running back quite a bit, but they love to air it out deep. I wouldn't be surprised to see another quick strike.
Well, we'll see what happens. He is in the empty here, bunch to the right. Um, Jalen Wright, man of the hour, in motion. I mean, we're just waiting for the ball to be snapped. Yeah. Ball is snapped, back to throw. Obviously, Herbert going underneath. It's the zig to Hayden Hurst, the former Falcon, and he's going to get a solid chunk of yards, 10-15.
It
First
looks like the
down.
Raiders are wanting to play man defense. Maybe that was cover two, but it looked like it was maybe going to be man. Um, and I think Stinky is definitely hoping he gets into man defense. He seems to have quite a few man beaters ready.
Back to throw. Wow, he had Lad McConkey, I think, on that wheel. Whoever was on the wheel he is going to hurry
Well,
up.
we
Checks
highlighted
into.
that exact thing. Max
That's right.
Crosby burns him there, 2nd and 22.
Oh my God, Max Crosby absolutely rails the right tackle. Wow, what a
He's not
play.
paying enough attention right now to Max Crosby, and this could be his
I mean,
undoing here on this drive.
that animation, unbelievable. Bro may as well have come in free. Like, that was so fast.
That's why
Well,
you get your
three man
time to
up
watch.
deep here for the Raiders. I'd love for him to not run play action. I think you're not fooling. Play action here, 3rd and 22, back to throw. Looking post
That,
route. He has it. If he can hit the throw, he's got it. Marquise
wow.
Brown converts the 3rd and 22. Wow.
Stinky gets out of a horrible spot and absolutely bombs this Raiders defense.
And
Uh,
Marquise Brown, he's a hard guy to cover. Not many corners in the league who can cover that, and there's not going to be any corners in the league that are going to be able to cover that for a long time. So, having speed at corner very valuable right now, and
yeah. Marquise
definitely
is trying to regain the Hollywood nickname, and that's going to help.
this is true. Inside run here, Jalen Wright, touchdown, right up the gut.
Right through.
I'm not scared of you. Gets into the end zone, and they're going to take the lead.
Well, it seems like we're going to see some points scored today. They're definitely on pace for maybe a 40-point game.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see if they can keep that pace or if the defense finds a way to tighten up.
And I got to say, probably really demoralizing to give up a 3rd and 22, and then you give up an 80-yard bomb to the one.
Well,
Probably not
Stevie,
what
I'll
the
tell
Raiders are
you, it
looking
would
for.
definitely demoralize me.
Yeah, I think it would demoralize a lot of people. And I'm sure the Raiders head coach is no different. So we'll see how he responds here. Gonna be 1st and 10 from the 30 after the ball went out of the back of the end zone during the kickoff.
Well,
So little
George
stack look
Travis
on the left.
uh, hasn't hit Devonte Adams yet today, and I'm interested to see if he can get him involved.
Well, he's going underneath, finds Taylor, takes a little bit of a hit, but not before he picks up 5. And Jonathan Taylor, very involved on both the ground and the pass game tonight.
And this is a guy who's not going to get tired, and that's a real weapon for him as well. There's a lot of running backs in this league who can't take hits like that and come in on the next play. Jonathan Taylor can.
Yeah, and that's a good thing to have. Jonathan Taylor, very talented, amazing player. Wow, little run action. Wow, what a play from 45. Just kidding. Jonathan Taylor fighting. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Wow. Just shrugs him off, and it
What?
looked like he was dead in the water. But never count Jonathan Taylor out.
I mean, I cannot believe that, wasn't blown dead. Usually sometimes you see that happen
Yeah.
or
We've
but
seen Max
man,
Crosby do stuff. That's why you get Jonathan Taylor on your team. He does stuff like that.
and right now, the Raiders utilizing their amazing players, the few that they have, to the fullest extent. Bowers here on the zig. Oh my God.
Ooh,
That
too
was
small. Get off
disgusting.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
runs right through a guy. Probably not a good feeling for the defender trying to bring down Brock Bowers.
I wouldn't be surprised if the defender's red right now in the play call screen,
Yeah. I mean, that had
which
to
you might want
feel
to take advantage of right now if you're the
you
Raiders.
yeah, because I don't think Stinky cares enough to,
Stinky did back off that corner.
well, inside run here, cuts it. Wow. Jonathan Taylor's just fighting, and he's going to take this one to the house.
Yeah.
Touchdown.
What a weapon for this Raiders team. This running back, I mean, this is clearly skill. Good run stick, good finding good lanes, but Jonathan Taylor is doing a lot himself
I
in his
think
own right.
what's going wrong is he's probably got Tank and Stinky just trying to lay the boom on this running back. And it's kind of just this like domino effect. Like he breaks the tackle because he hit sticked him. So you're like, oh, what a great chance for a hit stick. And then he breaks it. So you're like, oh, what a great chance for a hit. You can get the point. A never ending battle. And it's not one that you're gonna win. So I think we need to tighten
There,
up, stop hit sticking.
having abilities on a running back certainly improves the running game, and I am jealous to see what Jonathan Taylor has been able to do so far.
Well, we'll see if we can continue to do that. But for now, if you're Stinky, you're probably imagining this is the last drive of the half because that's what you need to
Yeah.
do if you're going to win the game.
Stinky
So,
thinks he's going to take a 5-minute drive. I think Stinky needs to just put the ball in the end zone right now. He's already thrown a pick. If he's thinking about milking right now in the second quarter, I think that's a big
ugh.
decision for him.
And that's a terrible throw from Herbert, but maybe for the best because I was a little worried about that outside third there. I think he had a play on that.
Yeah.
Especially, you don't want to run your routes in the same spot of the field. The comeback kind of put him in like perfect position to just like take the football back to throw. Got his man over the middle. That's Lad McConkey, and he's gonna break a tackle, pull him out in pursuit.
Field. I think he's gone. He has the angle. I don't think he can be pursued.
Wow.
Wow, and he does strike quick, and I think that's the right decision by Stinky. Just to continue to force the ball down, get in the end zone. Don't think about clocking. I know we often think Stinky's going to try to run all the clock down, but he did get the ball first.
Mhm.
So I guess thinking of the clock would be wise.
And now the Raiders, with their own opportunity to clock their opponent, though he doesn't really strike me as the kind of guy who would think about that. That's probably a thing that might be running through Stinky's head. We'll see what he does. I also feel like this Raiders offense is very reliant on running. If Stinky can tone in on that, I'm not sure if he has what it takes to sling it with Jordan Travis, still very inexperienced. So
Uh,
we'll see.
I wonder if the Raiders has a backup for Hail Mary situations because you just know Jordan Travis's 86
No
throw
arm,
power.
just
Probably
none.
not going to get it
This
there.
is aggressive. I don't like this at all if I'm the Chargers.
Devonte
Back to
Adams should be able to
throwing
get
a
in this
streak.
one-on-one.
Tucker. Wow, Chargers don't get the pick. They probably should have.
The
Not a
Raiders
great
sort of
ball.
wiggled them out of the route, and the defender went with it.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was
Oh, that's a
kind of
thing.
crazy.
I do that all the time. That's definitely a thing. They run with the man coverage assignment, gonna run with the receiver because that's, his job.
It, that
Um,
would be offensive pass interference if the defender wasn't somehow mind controlled by the receiver right there.
well, we'll see how things go now after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw. Jordan Travis throwing. He's got his man Brock Bowers on the weird little corner, and that's a great
Yeah,
chunk play to get a fresh set of
that
downs.
you're gonna see him look to that time and time again. Bowers has the ability to make that play extra special in his offense, and credit him for standing in the pocket while Bosa was bearing down on him. I don't know what his throw under pressure is, but he was under pressure.
And I love seeing him sling that rock. So draw play here after the big play, and Jonathan Taylor just has so much heart. 7 yards.
Really good balance right now for the Raiders. We've seen him chuck it, we've seen him run it. And right now, both offenses seem like they're going to keep scoring.
Yeah, there's not even the only stop was right away, and then obviously they punted. But since then they've been hot. Little screen pass. Wow, and he reads the hell out of it. Great tackle for loss. Jonathan
Yeah,
Taylor
that might
losing.
be the only screen we see called
Well, that
after
was the
that.
second time he's called it,
So
and now they've keyed in, so probably less likely. You're right. Back to throw here. Jordan Travis looking, goes underneath, has JT, jukes, but
he
he's
can
brought
go for it.
down. He can go for this. He
I
is going
imagine he
to,
will.
hurries it up. I mean, I'd
Big
probably like a
stop for the
timeout
Chargers.
because he might just run this ball, and I don't know. You'd have to get a really nice shed. We'll see if that's what he does. Back to throw. Going, whoa, what a play. Derwin dives and is able to get his hands on it. And that is a
Yeah,
huge stop.
superstar versus superstar moment. That's the biggest moment in the game so far, other than maybe Stinky's deep
Oof.
shot out of 3rd and 20 or whatever.
Yeah.
That's
Not
huge.
that's really bad for the Raiders because now
The Raiders do get ball at half.
Stinky can definitely make this the last drive. There's enough field, and he is going to start it with a run. So the milk is on. He's milking the udders, you know.
Yeah.
He's gonna no huddle, but I don't think he's going to snap it. I think he just wanted the you know, that burst of time to get run off. Yeah. So we're gonna hit the
I
two
think
minute warning.
I think the Raiders were looking at the deep route the whole time. Their thought process was they're going to try to stop the short route, but I think there was a short route that was open, and he opted for the deeper route that obviously Derwin was able to get in front of.
I mean, I always try and make reads like with the play. You know what I'd try and read. It's a lot harder when you can't see the play, obviously. But I didn't really see much, so a little scary. A little run here. Gonna gain about 3. That's gonna move it
Guys
to
tries
second and
to
7.
strip the ball there.
Yeah. Playing on conservative, super important. There are some ball carry moves that are very strong this year, enough for it to be a bit of a debate. But no fumble that time. So we'll see what happens on second and 7. Second and 7, man coverage look. Going underneath Jalen
He
Wright, and
waited
he
too
can't.
long.
Wow.
He
Can't get his
waited too
feet
long.
down.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. Kind of gets carried out of bounds there, and that's going to bring up a third down and 7. And if you're Stinky, you're probably happy with 3, but you're a little worried about the Raiders having a shot to put the game within 7 or even get a touchdown. So a
Yeah.
first down here would be nice. Wow, a little double
I
mug action.
If Stinky gains any yards here and doesn't get a first, I wouldn't be surprised if he passes on the field goal.
We'll see what happens. I mean, a solid
Doesn't he
looking
need
play here. I
five?
like
He
this a
needs 2
lot.
yards.
They are going to pick up the pressure. Going to the dig, that's Marquise Brown, and he is going to pick up the first. So,
Yeah.
nice
Very nice.
play. Yeah, that's what you like to see.
And that's the red route, isn't always that you throw it to the red route, but works for
That's,
Stinky there.
that's true. Run for Jalen Wright. Wow, makes a lot of dudes miss, and he's going to push this down. So, Stinky indeed thinking chew. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
Stinky didn't even try to score right
Wow.
there. He
Yeah.
he really cares about clock. I think he'd run
It's
that into the end zone to
clock
trust
is
your defense.
super important. I mean, that
You
is
trust your defense for 20
no.
seconds. I mean,
Well, you know, we saw Stinky trust his defense against H Coke and lose the game. So,
true.
Stinky may be right to have some doubts there. Going to the little out route, and that's Darius Davis touchdown. And that's what I like to call the steady staple. That's who taught him that play, and it's a super important part of his offense. Able to get him 7 here, and the Raiders will have 8 seconds to drive down and get a touchdown.
Yeah,
So
definitely The Raiders had the moment they couldn't have there on 4th down. The Chargers made them pay, and now the Raiders really are. I think they need to try to return this kick steady, and I would like to see some fakes. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities in the kickoff return game, and I haven't seen
Absolutely.
anybody utilizing it. But this could go back if the Raiders plays their card right, and they really need something right here.
Well, it's
That's
KJ
not gonna work.
Hamler on the
Oh,
return, and he's not going to really have a hole. They will have 3 seconds to score.
so insight here. When I was in prevent
Oh,
defense, the when this guy was in the league previously at this exact situation, he ran for a touchdown against me
yeah. Running
when
is
I was in
super
prevent.
good. And
I've
he
seen
calls the
enough to
play
run the
before he
ball.
even sees what he's in. I'm calling a timeout. He doesn't, gets the handoff up. That's Jonathan Taylor, who is
That's
unable to
great.
find a gap. But it is going to be a
What?
nice little chunky yards for his stats, and he feels good about that. So,
That's right. Jonathan Taylor having a day, but right now he needs to go down and get a touchdown. Three's I don't think gonna cut it here, and then he needs a big stop. But he has a prayer.
yeah, and 28-14, certainly not ideal, but what is ideal, getting this football. You hear us talk about it a lot. But at this point, you probably need 7. 3 is heartbreaking. 0 is even more heartbreaking. You need a touchdown here. So pulling out all the stops, I'd imagine, will be the Raiders.
Yeah, Raiders don't attempt that return. I think that's an okay decision there. But I mean, one big touchdown return certainly is a nice equalizer, and it's hard to pass up on the opportunity to try for that.
Absolutely. So in the single back here, 3 receivers in motion. Little play action. He's gonna have the wheel, kind of a tough ball. Jordan Travis unable to hit it. He was kind of
Yeah,
like fading.
if he just set his feet there, I think he hits the throw, but he decides to try the throw on the run, and that's not going to be Jordan Travis's forte at this point in his development.
Mm-hmm. Unable to make the pass. We'll see what happens on second down. Second down, he tries to hand it off and he is blown up. Wow,
This
tackle in
Chargers
the
defense
backfield from Bosa.
looking confident.
Yeah, that's really, really good. And a stop here would be amazing for the Chargers. And obviously on the flip side, the Raiders, probably time to pack it up if you put in the backups, get some reps in for some of the younger guys, because this one would probably not, the game would probably be over, I'd say. I think you
No matter
disagree.
what happens, the Chargers have had a phenomenal season, and to make it to the Final Four is a great thing in this league. But certainly, they're thinking first down here. They haven't given up,
Well,
and
we did see a
they
3rd and 30 get converted, so we'll see what the Raiders can do. Some of their own magic. Back to throw, looking at
yikes,
Bowers, very
yikes,
covered,
yikes.
and Derwin
Yeah,
James. The
that's
second
not going to
huge
be
play
it.
of the game, and he has a shot to take this all the way back to the end
I think
zone.
he's going to get cut off.
Wow,
Yeah,
does break the tackle, but not for bringing it to the 4. And this is
I
just
wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised if Stinky just ran it 3 times here, at least
absolutely
twice. You're
3,
in a
the
great
same as
spot.
7. Really,
The worst thing you can do is throw a pick six here, and he is going to throw.
this
I'm
is a great play. This play is
I'm still a
amazing.
little worried
I love this
that
play.
Stinky.
He could certainly make a mistake here. I'd like to keep it on the ground personally.
Yeah,
So rolling to his right,
that could be a pick if he goes for it.
and
Oh,
playmakers it up, and Darius Davis into the
no,
end zone, touchdown.
the Raiders played that pretty good, but once Stinky held on to it, he then cuts back down and he's able to get the throw off again.
Yeah, that
Uh,
was
and the Chargers have sort of shown it's likely going to be them that faces this undefeated Packers team next week. But hey, it's still a game. 21 points down. Let's see if the Raiders have what it takes to come back from. I mean, no team has ever come back from 21 down ever,
yeah,
and let
definitely
alone
not.
28
Just
to
never,
three or anything like
just
that.
never
It's
happened.
impossible.
I can think of no
So
big game where that's ever
yeah,
happened.
so I
Um,
mean, the Raiders would be the first of all time for something like that to happen. Uh,
well,
but
looks like they're in a single back look here. Maybe opt to keep it on the ground, unfazed by the deficit. They are gonna hand it off. Jonathan Taylor fighting.
yeah,
Wow.
you love to see it. I mean, honestly, I'll say the one gripe I have with the Raiders, other than obviously the thrown interceptions, is they kind of went away from Jonathan Taylor. I know he got blown up on one play, maybe not the best read of the defense for the run that you called, but to go away from Jonathan Taylor after what could be an
Oh, wow.
early. Yeah, nice
Stinky
pass
takes
rush.
his user, takes the gap there, and the linebacker's able to come in free. Really nice play there from him, and nice play from the linebacker to recognize
Uh,
that the gap.
there's a lot of people who are pulling off some pretty juicy blitzes this year, and Stinky is one of them. Um,
Ooh.
and he is going to get Smith open for the first down.
I'd
So
imagine that's Irv Smith, the tight end. Certainly looks like a tight end to me.
actually, I will say Stinky is one of the players that has blown big leads. So he needs to not get complacent and not get too comfortable.
Well, I'm sure he is. Wow, that doesn't look right. I wouldn't feel good about that. Stinky wisely going to move over there a little bit. Play
And to be
action.
fair, I said blown big leads. He often wins those games, but that they get close again.
Yeah.
Um, and so he needs to be careful. But the Raiders, the times against him, if Stinky can just keep the scoring slow, I've seen no evidence that the Chargers are actually going to be able to be slowed down. And so you got the Raiders
Sorry.
under center, Jordan Travis. Looks like they're maybe gonna audible to a pass. I mean, he's backing off his
Not a pass.
coverage.
Wow, what a play from Stinky's user there to blow up the run from the outside. Kind of an unlikely spot, I think. Don't think you
Yeah,
could rely on that. That's why we're seeing the hurry up.
I'll say here in the third quarter, steady. When we see the hurry up, I actually think that that's a bad
Wow.
spot. Like
Wow.
that's a bad spot. I think it's frustration, and a lot of people they shrink their ability to take a minute, think of the best possible play call because they're frustrated and they just hurry it up.
I'll tell you
And
what,
and
it's really difficult for the defense. And Stinky was caught in like a dollar, like a dime, a lot of DBs against a run formation. But works out there because he ran play action. And this is the
yeah,
biggest play of the game.
I think if we were going to see this team succeed, Jordan Travis is going to have to make his throws, but Jonathan Taylor is still going to have to be heavily involved. There's a lot of time on the clock, and we've already
Mhm.
seen he can break 6 tackles and go.
That's
He
true.
needs to be touching the ball.
Going over the middle doesn't look that great. Wow, Derwin tries to get it on the tip, but he's unable to come down with it. Probably a ball that should have been intercepted. I think he's lucky to get that one back. Just been kind of a poor day for Jordan Travis. He's gonna need to lock in.
Yeah, Jordan Travis, he's a young player. He's raw. He's definitely of the four quarterbacks left. He is the greenest of the four, and it showed so far today. But he still has a chance to make a legendary comeback, and that's an exciting place to be. I think there's many other users who would like to be able to at least be in this game, even if they join 21 down.
Well, Devontae Adams here. We haven't seen him much. He's gonna hit the spin move, but he is gonna get shoved to the floor. And Devontae Adams, former Packer, a guy who probably really wants to get to the bowl. He's gotten so close so many times, and more heartbreak would just be tragic. Wow, Brock Bowers gonna spot him at the one. I think that's a
I don't know how that's not a
yeah. I
touchdown.
thought he was in. That's unbelievable. And Stinky is going to run into the offensive lineman.
I like that
Um,
play. I like that he realized he's in a defense he doesn't like, and what is he on the inches? Like, let's run into the line and get into a defense we want. I think
as,
that's really wise.
as funny as it is that you spin it that way, I think that was totally an accident.
You're
Um,
probably right. Inky
but
and his mistake did something beautifully wise. Look at him
yes.
going back and forth, hoping his guys get less tired. Uh,
Yeah, it
he's
doesn't
like,
refresh,
change,
so you
change,
have
change.
terrible, terrible call. Goal
Yeah, I
line
hate this.
here.
Goal line
Um,
against
I'd imagine we're looking
especially an
RPO.
RPO.
Yes, and that it's literally exactly what it is. And he's just absolutely blown up. The
Well, I guess
defensive
it's a great
tackle.
call.
Yeah, it's a great
Beautiful
call if
call.
you don't throw the wide open RPO like a dingus. Um, I mean, the defensive tackle got a piece of the quarterback and Jonathan Taylor on that one. Really impressive power there from the
I'd
the
look
big
for
man.
Jordan Travis to run in this touchdown. That's my
I would
prediction.
agree. Rolling to his right, has nothing. Rolling back to
Never
his
mind.
left, throws it away. The scramble wasn't there. Nobody's really
You know,
open.
that's the thing. I think at the risk of helping people when I'm not succeeding necessarily, when you're rolling back so far, you give up a lot of opportunities to run with your quarterback, and when you're
Hmm.
back there so far, if you stay in the pocket, you have some abilities to use a Jordan Travis.
Oh,
He is going to get a touchdown.
the bubble gum into the end
Well,
zone. The hard flat simply just does
hey,
not do his assignment.
what composure? What composure though from the Raiders, King Nelson in a big spot. You've made some bad mistakes, and you're able to get it to a 14-point game. And this is very doable right now. Stinky just has to be slowed down. Stinky
This
has
is
to make
true.
mistakes, and
We've
you have
seen
Max Crosby.
Stinky get stopped, and we've seen Max Crosby make plays, but I think we're going to need to see Crosby continue to dominate. And I really don't think Stinky's keyed in. It's just been a simple, he hasn't been dominating. So,
Stinky hasn't done anything special that I've noticed to slow down Max Crosby. And, we keep talking about him, but that's because he is this Raiders defense. If you've played him, Max Crosby will show up in big ways numerous times. And the other guys kind of play off of him. They're all obviously behind him, but if there's an interception, maybe it's because Max Crosby was bearing down. It's like
yeah.
it's a big guy to not take. And Stinky is coming out passing. I would like to see him use this running back.
I'd like to see him sling it. That's what I'd like to see. Oh, he is going to double team Max Crosby. So finally, back to throw. Play action works. Tight end wide open. Wow.
Oh, bad
Bad,
throw.
bad pass from
Maybe
Herbert.
maybe Hayden Hurst ran a bad route. Doubt it.
Ugh. Nope. That's
Yeah.
Herbert. He loves missing throws. We've seen him do it numerous times. Kind of unbelievable, honestly.
The great equalizer. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's
And one thing that I'd like to point out, Stinky opting to go with roaming Deadeye as one of his abilities because I told him it was good. But he doesn't know why it's good. So maybe it may be, motivation to not just listen to what people say. Uh
mm,
Instead of like running a real scheme and knowing what you want to do with it. Back to throw here. Oh my god, he had square wide, opts to throw it to Hurst, and that's going to be intercepted. And he has a shot to
yeah.
take this one back, and he's probably going to.
He's gonna
Gets
take it all
outside.
the way. Yeah.
Wow.
What a huge
And if
play,
we
an
go
ill-timed
back, look at
throw.
square. Square, Jalen Wright wide open on the left side.
Yeah, it's just
That's
Square's not gonna cover.
comical. Kick
Yeah,
is
that's too
up.
bad.
Kick
Too
is
bad for
good.
Stinky. Amazing for the cast. Amazing for the quality of the game because we've got a one-score game, and Stinky can't be feeling too confident after throwing a pretty bad pass over the middle for a pick six.
It really does not get much better than that. It's exactly what they needed. I mean, pretty much goes without being said, but it was said anyway
Well,
because
we talked about it. The 21-point lead is erased. We're now down to a 7-point lead, one-score game, and Stinky needs to do something that's working. And I would honestly, you said you'd love to see him sling it. I think time has shown maybe he should have done some running. Maybe he should have mixed
well,
in some running.
at the end of the day, you just need to open your eyes, turn on your monitor, your TV, and maybe it'd be easier to throw the ball. But we haven't seen him do that. He is going to run. And
I
Jalen
love
Wright
it.
has a huge
I love
gap.
it. I love it.
Wow, kind of
Look
gonna.
at Jonathan
And
Taylor. He breaks
there's a
tackles really
banana
well.
peel on the field, and he's just gonna slip and fall there. After a
Yeah.
guy dives at his ankles but kind of misses. And he's probably taking this to the fourth, likely
Right.
wise. You
Yeah,
can't.
your time is on your friend. Even a field goal is going to put the Raiders in a tough spot, but you just can't afford to get zero.
Yeah, that is going to be the end of the third. So 7-point lead here for the Chargers, and they're in a good spot despite the pick six. You just can't let that get in your head. Like,
Right.
what if I make another
Right.
mistake? Stay composed,
Yep.
make the
It
right
was a great
read.
pick six, though. Do you know who returned that?
Hodges, no idea. Or Holmes, Holmes. I don't
No,
know.
I
I have
don't
no
know how
idea.
fast that kid is. Oh, Jalen Holmes. Yeah, he's a pretty tall. I think it's Jalen Holmes, and he was a pretty tall corner, maybe safety, who's able to get
Well,
it back there.
you
Showed some
see,
good wiggle.
you seem more educated on the topic than I, but
Oh, I looked.
great play, great play.
Yep.
A really, really scary look here. Expecting blitz, didn't really get it. Going underneath and a missed throw again from Herbert. And that's becoming, I mean, honestly, it's like a meme at this point. Like, oh,
Stinky needs to make sure he gets into field goal range here.
yeah, that's the most important thing for sure. And he's in a great spot to do it. I'm sure he's got a leg on his kicker, but
Another pick six is disastrous. Might I suggest running the ball, seeing
well,
a more manageable third down?
that could be good, but a thing I think we're unlikely to see. And I really don't like I don't know what I'm looking at, but this is just really gross looking.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, this is vile. In motion here, Davis. Oh,
How
that
often
looks
does it
great.
come back in the middle of the field?
I mean, I've seen people do it. Probably not the
He
best
is gonna
though.
get the edge. Oh, he gets stopped.
Wow. I can't
All
believe he
right.
didn't get that. So Huge play right here, but he probably is in field goal range. I think you play this pretty
You
conservative.
don't you don't have a tush push in the game. Many people are probably thrilled about that, but you do have a quarterback sneak that can be utilized here.
Well, it
I,
actually can't because it is against the rules to use
no,
goal
no,
line.
no, no, no. Goal line QB sneak is allowed on inches anywhere.
Oh, really? Didn't know that. Thought you just couldn't within,
Yeah,
Oh,
unless they
well,
removed it. I mean,
you learn
Stinky's
new things every day.
yeah, well, Stinky's tweaked before the rules, so maybe I'm
Ugh, don't
outdated
like
on
that
that.
adjustment. What the hell?
I think you run it here, bro.
Oh my
You
god, he's
go in
got
the
the
name.
zig so open.
Phew.
And we saw a zig fly by errantly in the other
Well,
conference game. But that time
correct.
hits the mark.
If you don't throw the zig at the right spot in the route, the receiver sometimes dumbs out, and the throw sometimes is terrible. So he
Wow.
waits at the right cut.
They are just mugging the line right now, saying, "Yeah, you better check into something. Let's get rid of that thing quick, because we're humming."
Oh, they want to turn over so bad. I mean, they know 3 is likely a death sentence, and 7 obviously is even worse. But a turnover is what they're hoping for.
Outside
Maybe
run
long
here
yardage.
cuts it
Ooh,
back
nice
a
little
little bit.
cut,
Yeah, that
huh?
was
And a
nice, but
negative run.
1 yard
1 yard.
gain. That's good enough to keep it moving. So um, nice play. Keeps the clock running, and that's what's most important right now. Now, I will say onsides, very good in college, pretty good in Madden. Kind of a scary spot, regardless of if he gets 7 or not. But you got to feel good about
Yeah.
putting any points on the board, which they probably will do.
I mean, the clock is his friend right now. He can't chew until 4 minutes, so we won't see him drain it down to the 0 mark unless he's doing a ton of adjustments, and then we sort of say, "Is this happening every time?" But I mean, I think he's likely going to not chew it down or anything. He's going to press hike here, and we're seeing the X route is coming across. Hayden Hurst kind of redeems himself. Nice little cutback. I like that
Dude,
play.
that was wonderful, man. Made a man miss in the open field, and that's exactly what you need. Um,
And
kind
shout
of
out to
bad.
Hayden Hurst. Battled
Yeah,
depression to get back on the field, and now he's here. Chance to go to the Super Bowl.
yeah.
Inspirational.
I mean, I'm not a doctor. I don't know many ways to cure depression, but playing for a Super Bowl, gotta be up there. Now, losing a
That's
Super
a gift.
Bowl, right back down to the dumps. So,
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true. You're in big danger.
yeah, somebody,
If you struggle with depression, you go to a Super Bowl, maybe things get worse. That's true.
well, if you go to Super Bowl and lose, obviously, I mean, not
Right.
just going there, but um, personally, I mean, I think someone needs to look out for Hayden Hurst and make sure he doesn't go down that rabbit hole, as he is going to
Sure.
change it to true now that we're nearing 4 minutes. So the
Yeah.
clock now officially a very big enemy of the Raiders' King Nelson.
I mean, he has to try to hold him to 3 here or 0. 7 is definitely the death sentence. 10, you have a slight prayer, but stopping him here on 3rd down, maybe Stinky gets dumb, honestly, on 4th down and goes for it and doesn't even take his 3.
He
I
takes
doubt
off
it.
the chew. Oh my god, he's
Uh,
gonna go to the play. He's gonna go to this guy's play. That's literally what we're gonna see. Look, it's his favorite play. What can I say? I don't know why his routes
uh,
keep disappearing. This is gonna work for sure.
you sure?
I think this is
Okay.
going to work. Look at right,
Herbert
Hurst,
missed the
Davis.
throw.
He's got somebody there. Found him. McConkey.
Well, it
Boom.
did work.
Touchdown.
And the Chargers comes out with the opposing Super Bowl representatives play to possibly send him to a Super Bowl to face that guy. Are we going to see that play in the Super Bowl if it's a Chargers Packers
I
Super
mean,
Bowl?
I'd imagine 100% because we both love that play and literally run it the exact same. So I'm sure it'll get somebody. Certainly it'll get me because it is hard to defend. Um,
Yeah,
KJ Hamler here on the return, looking to make some magic happen. He's got the edge, kind of got one man
yeah,
to
sorta.
beat.
He's not quite fast enough to get past
Well,
9 there,
still a
but
nice return. And
yeah,
one thing that's really important, get 7. And if you can get it before the 2-minute warning, you are in a great spot.
you're in a better spot than you would be after the
A
2-minute
great,
warning.
a great spot, considering. Okay, not just I think this could be a good play. Nope, not a good play. I was hoping for verticals. Didn't see
Oof.
it. Gets railed.
Yeah.
Joey Bosa in on the QB pressure and hit. Gonna
We've seen
fall
these
incomplete.
pass rushers show up. These are guys you want. I mean, every single player that is still alive in these playoffs has an absolute juggernaut pass rusher on their team. And Rashawn Gary, what's wrong with that guy?
Doesn't have anything good.
Oh, well, he will
Oh,
someday soon.
I'm sure he will.
Uh, we see Jordan Travis in the shack on 5 wide. Stinky's like, "Oh, you're gonna run my 5 wide against me." He thinks it's his, and it seems to work.
Wow, look at
Adams is
Devontae.
getting a first down.
I'm sure
So
Devontae wants
45
nothing
seconds.
more than to stick it to the Packers after they shipped him off to play with Derek Carr. Ooh. Now playing with Jordan
Okay.
Travis.
Oh, yeah, I think Cobb's or Devontae's open on the right. I don't think he's covered.
I mean, that would be a shock if you just let him go to the end zone for a touchdown.
He
I didn't
doesn't look
see it.
covered out there
I didn't see it.
on the
Looks like
right.
Stinky didn't see it either. I'm going to look to the right when the ball snapped.
He's gonna quick throw it. Maybe he'll run out there. Nope, he didn't even
He's
look.
gonna. Okay, goes underneath. Wow, what a hit
If he
from
had quick
Derwin.
thrown it, I think he would have gotten it there.
Honestly,
But
I think I might have been picked if he did that. But I did look at it. I was a little worried, but the defender able to get in position and play it pretty well despite the circumstances. He might do that here though, because it's literally the same look. Nope.
running back.
Chucking it. It's Tucker. Ooh, underthrown. Not
The
ideal.
under route gets you the first down. I think you have to be patient at this point because the quick score under 2 minutes that's not on your favor. You just need to get the ball in the end zone, pray for an onside, and use your 3
And
timeouts.
I didn't see if he got pressure or not, but I think the defender closing in made that throw really tight, and I think Jordan Travis realized that, and that's why he kind of had to really thread the needle. Unfortunately, put too much on it. Unfortunate. 3rd down and 7 here. Huge play.
Good spot for a QB run, in my opinion.
I
Scrambling up the
disagree.
middle for a massive gain.
I
Oh, I
disagree.
think it'll be
Oh
there.
man.
I would look at all the room for the quarterback to run, in
Yeah,
my
but
opinion.
look at like all these open
But he has
receivers,
to wait
man.
far and
Look at all.
really out of the way.
Oh, frick.
Literally,
Well,
I think you have to stay up in the pocket. You back up so far,
he
you
did
take
back
away
up
one of
very,
Jordan
very
Travis's
far.
strengths.
Yeah, his only strength is this kid sucks at football. Football,
He's
not his strong
88
suit.
feet or something.
Not his strong suit. He sucks at a lot of things, but being fast is a thing he's good at. I don't like this. The tight end wide open. We'll see if Stinky realizes that. He does. Oh my god, now he's leaving. Going underneath. Jordan Travis able to make the throw, and Brock Bowers is going to pick up the first down.
There's still life for the whole onside kick or 3 timeout stop. You just got to get in the end zone, and he is marching to his
Very much
credit.
still in this game, and even Stinky, I can't imagine he'd be throwing the ball. He's probably, gonna make him use those timeouts and then try and get a stop. But
What is this? What is this lineup out there? The
this is
outside
really
guy.
gross.
It's like a bait lineup because I see
Kind
that
of
he's going to
funny.
run down there.
Ooh, underneath got Tucker spin move, doesn't get the first down, but it is a nice little chunk of 9. And oh, yuck, bro, hurries it up. That's not the move. If you don't know, not the move to hurry up, really ever, unless you want to waste a lot of time. But if you know, you know, and if you don't know, then you don't know. For very wise words from me. Back to throw. Looking terrible idea. Tries to just chuck it to Brock Bowers in double coverage. Not the best throw.
Brock Bowers is down there somewhere.
Yeah, not a throw I'd recommend. I think you need to look to something conservative, really. Like,
here's the thing. Like, at this point, you just got to keep moving forward.
Yes.
You don't have to get it all right now.
Yes.
You still have a prayer if you just score, but you're not going to have a prayer if you're chucking interceptions.
Yeah, that's one way to not win. And I would like to see him not do that. Back to throw. Bowers cover on the corner, gonna chuck it across the field, but again, Jordan Travis can't hit the throw.
Hey, now you've put yourself in a do or die spot. When it was 2nd and 1, 3rd and 1, now it's 4th and 1.
I don't even think that was open. I think if he throws that in a spot where he can catch it in bounds, I think the defender gets it instead. So just another poor decision by Jordan Travis, in my humble opinion.
No running back in the backfield.
Yeah, like you could run on this. Like you could audible to a run. I think there is a running back on the field, right?
Yeah,
I have no idea, but
I don't like that he has nothing there. Maybe the quarterback can
in motion. Going outside, swatted down.
That's the game.
It's not the game. He has 3 timeouts. But
well, it feels like the
get
game.
get the ball, score really fast, get the onside, score really fast. People have moved down the field
That
quickly
was the plan
before.
last time.
Well,
You
it's
can't do
still the
the same.
plan. The plan hasn't changed. The plan has not changed, but
The
a big
plan
run here,
remains.
well,
Yeah, the first
it's a
down.
little less likely. Still technically
Yeah,
not. Eh, well, he's just gonna
I
give
don't know
up,
if he's even
and
gonna
giving
call
up
a timeout.
seems to be a common trend here in this playoffs. When you face adversity, guys, just give up. That's the lesson to be learned. Um,
Hey,
I
I
mean,
didn't give up, and Doc scored another touchdown
I'd
on me.
call it,
If I just gave up, I would have lost by less.
I'd call it personally. Is going to be tackled, is not going to call it. So the Chargers will be headed to the Super Bowl. Where's it being played
A
this year? Do you
rematch.
know?
This is the rematch. It's going to be Steady. Steady is the Packers this year. That's you. And you're undefeated, and Stinky is the one who knocked you off in the last game. So you get a chance at redemption or a chance at deja vu. And you both have high powered offenses. You like to do a lot of similar things, but you're playing at a level right now. You're the favorite, but Stinky has shown he can beat you, so you're gonna have to bring it. But Stinky is advancing to the Super Bowl, and the Raiders had a phenomenal season. Their team is still a team that is maybe ahead of schedule, some would say, as far as their talent level, what they've built so far. So, really good season for the Raiders. We've probably got Stinky in the booth.
Yeah, we're joined by
Just
Stinky here. Stinky, how are you feeling advancing to the Super Bowl? How does it, just walk me through your thought process, man. What's that like?
We're chilling. We gotta play Green Bay.
Wow, what a boring answer. That's not good for ratings. That really blows. Um, any questions for him, Agent?
Stinky, a couple times in that game, you made pick sixes that took your lead and substantially shrunk it. What are you going to do in the Super Bowl to eliminate the risky throws that potentially put you in a much tougher spot in this game?
I think the second pick six was just me not highballing. I feel like that was a fine read. I think if I highball that, that's fine. The first one, we were just a little jittery getting out to start the game. We just got to start better, and we'll be
Hmm.
fine. We just got to play. We got to play every single down like we're down 14 and we need to put up 7. That's what we need to play like.
Well, definitely really cool to have a rematch in this game. I obviously Steady is a common favorite in this one, but you are the defending champ. Do you feel like you're disrespected at all for people to overlook that fact?
Not necessarily. Obviously, I don't think I wouldn't argue that I'm better than Steady at Madden, but at the same time, I think my record versus him in Super Bowl speaks for itself, and I'm sure we'll have a good game.
Well, we're all interested to see our devs, Stinky.
Can I advance?
I mean, there's no risk. You don't have to do anything at all. So you can go. I mean, if we care to look at the Pro Bowl roster, um,
No.
'cause I don't think you ever see that again.
I lost it.
All right, so
Well,
we are at the Super Bowl, Packers Chargers, and I have a strange feeling this is going down tonight.
I think you'd be right. I think you'd be right with that. But
Yeah,
that being
congratulations,
said,
Stink. You played good, man.
I think
Your deep bomb to get out of a ridiculously stupid couple of sacks you took was pretty great. That was your best moment, in my opinion.
the hell? That's crazy. You ended the stream and it autoplayed a YouTube video. Sorry. That's crazy. Yeah. I'm gonna end it. Thanks for coming
Damn,
out,
you're
guys.
giving away your secrets.
I mean,
We're
not
all gonna
really.
see Javon Bullard is gonna have a higher awareness for the game. Oh
I
no,
think he should
catching.
have
Give him
catching.
catching.
I think he should have catch. No, I think he should
I can
tackle.
give these guys whatever I want, right? That get their new abilities.
No,
Someone who just
it's
got
only the
abilities.
abilities that you don't already have,
Yeah, you can't obviously
unless
break
you
the rule.
buy the ability to put
Well, they
other
just got
things.
abilities. My guy just got an
Wow,
ability.
Orendo went up star, and I hardly even.
Hell
That's
yeah.
awesome.
That's
I
so
love